What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Shelty. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Shadowfaxx. And yes, I did forget to unmute my mic once again. It is something that I am always struggling to do and really need help, apparently. The map is Marsh yet again. This is a best of 5. The maps are random, so you can get, in a best of 5, you could get 5 marshes all after each other. Very low chance, obviously, but you could get it. Anyways, Marsh the map. Shadowfaxx lost that first game. Moving on to the second game, we do see what I would like to call Shadowfaxx's nightmare matchup. As a Nilla player, he's got a ton of experience playing against Egyptian, against Greek, and against Norse, but a very small amount of experience playing against Oranos. And not only that, Shadowfaxx is also technically, he does play on Vuli, but technically he's an extended edition player. So he plays a lot on extended edition, where I would argue that Oranos is very much weak in that situation, in that game. Not weak, but like not an S tier god. He's more like an A tier god. In Vubli, he is definitely solidified his spot on the top of the tier list in 1v1s. And I'm worried for Shadowfaxx here. He's picking Hades. Hades, the flavor of the month or year, whatever you want to talk about it. People are excited about Hades because they're working out that the extra Hades shades that he gets in the classical age means that he can really fight quite well against any kind of civilization in the classical age because he gets all the free units. But against Oranos, it's not that simple because you still... Oranos essentially means you cannot build archers in the classical age because you get way too much value out of the Terma. Thank you so much for the Prime, Mr. Umbri Hadon. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. So, Shadowfaxx here is going to be going in with his Hades. I don't expect to see anything special here from Shelty. His Oranos is incredibly strong and definitely an underrated god of his, as he is definitely known for his Norse, but his Oranos is incredibly strong, knows all of the tricks of this god, and we'll probably be seeing him using them. So I expect Shadowfaxx to go Hippocon, Hoplite, and then maybe throw an archery range down later. If he can get second town center, that would be real key, but his town centers are really average. Maybe getting the forward town center means he gets access to these boar here, and the sentinels helps out quite a bit. These Orok, not really enough if he's going to go 2 town center. We've got him with 5 villagers on wood, 5 villagers on gold, so this does look like the classic 430 2 town center build for Hades, and honestly it's a scary build because I don't think it's going to work that well against what Shelty's going to bring. Shelty's going to put pressure on immediately with with a handful of units, and then he's just going to get 3 town centers, and Shadowfaxx is not going to be able to stop it. We see the Ajax moving forward, Scarab Pendant in his hand. This relic is nothing to be sneezed at. It's 100% bonus against buildings for siege units. I think that might be wrong though. Don't know. Anyways, we do see Shadowfaxx trying to get some harass onto the citizen, but it's in range of the town center. He's going to have to retreat back. Promethean comes out. We see military barracks, counter barracks. Nothing too surprising there. And we do see Chiron coming out with the Minotaur, going to kill one of those oracles in one hit using his special. It does so much damage. What's this damage it does? 120 hack damage. So a crazy amount there. We see the villagers moving forward with 5 of them, leaving 2 on gold. Chiron, ooh. These are some of the best players in the world, so don't judge them too harshly, but this house here has been forgotten. This is a classic Chrono JJ house here, forgetting that you get the free Minotaur, and then you pop over the pop cap when you think you might not need to. And the Oracle is spotting this as well. Already seeing Promethean Offspring coming in, but Chiron will be able to help push these away. These should not do all too much damage to the villagers at all. In fact, you can probably just Alt-S these villagers, have the Chiron kill them off, and you are totally fine. We've got the units popping out here. We will see a Valor here. Ooh, unlucky Valor there from Shelty. Generally, you want the double Murmillo heroized instead of the double Terma, but he's got the double Terma. And he's going to be moving in. Maybe that double term is what he wants because he might be able to snipe the Minotaur a little bit easier, a little bit less pierce armor on that one, so it does a little bit more damage. But the town center will get up. That'll give him access to these 4 boar, plus maybe the crocodile as well. Sentinels will probably have to go down on this town center. He's going to have a really tough time defending this wood line, to be honest. He's got the temple here, and he may actually have to cast sentinels at the home base to get this, or get watchtowers. We don't see any buildings up just yet, so no attempt at stable or barracks. There they are. I tell a lie. There's the stable and military academy. And honestly, I think because it's blind pick, you never know what your opponent's going to be taking. But Shadowfaxx, definitely, if he was going to do this strategy, I think it's better as Poseidon. I think it's better as Hades, as Zeus. But he's going for it as the Hades because it's kind of his only option. And essentially what he's going to try and do is just stay alive for as long as he possibly can. We see the Minotaur coming over here. The unit's going to be trying to target down these villagers. Almost snipes one villager, does snipe the villager, and then he's going to retreat away. Nice play there from Shelty. And the question is, when does he stop building military units? When does he get the 3 town centers? Against Hades, timing pushes don't really work because he's got all the sentinels, he's got the higher HP buildings, really hard to push in. We just see the units moving in here. Shelty going to be attempting to snipe a villager. Nice micro there from Shadowfaxx to pull back, and that should pick off one of those Murmillo. Nice play there from the sentinel, helping out, getting some value. Feels good. And now we're starting to see some military units coming through. We're still seeing, we're not seeing anything more coming through as Shelty is going to stop producing units for the time being. Turn around and try and take down the Minotaur. Shadowfaxx not paying attention. Lots of damage done. Going to turn around. Headbutt that Murmillo there. Potentially would be better to be targeting that one down, but it looks like the unit's going to be retreating away now. The Hippocon should be able to catch these up because they're only moving at 4.95 speed, so it's going to move in, get a whack. Even Chiron can come in and get a whack. We see the units turning around, but I'm not sure that's exactly what he wants to do. Gets a little bit of damage before losing the hero Terma there. And now we see another villager going down as the Murmillo gets pushed back. So lots of villagers so far falling here for Shadowfaxx. Another Valor coming in, town center coming in for Shelty. Is he starting units again? Ooh, he's doing 2 town centers here. I don't know how much I like this one, but maybe he can't get this settlement because the sentinels are here. Nah, he should be able to get the settlement. Surely. Maybe it's just not that good. I don't know. Shelty's the Oranos player, not me. Terma snipes a Toxotes here. Hippocon goes down. Terma retreating back. Feeling funky fresh. Now the Ajax coming in, going to be hitting these units as he's retreating back, trying to find some value with these units here. He should be able to fight this, but it's a little bit out of position. The Ajax is probably going to fall. He takes so much, or tanks so much from those Terma. Very, very smart unit to have in the composition of a Greek army against the Oranos army, but he will be losing that Ajax and have to rebuild him. We'll see if he rebuilds him instantly or not. Now we see yet again another raid over here. This is not a good wall at all. It's got very big holes in it. And meanwhile, the unit's just going to run around this side. There's villagers here getting pulled back, jumping into the sentry tower. And now the unit's hitting the gold mine. Shadowfaxx not reacting to this at all as Shelty's town center coming up. The units over here getting pushed back. And the army trying to run around as we see a couple more units coming over here. Another villager about to fall. We do have a potential shockwave that could come in here. We see the hoplite getting sniped here. And then the Hippocon will fall after that. A couple more units coming in to help out for Shadowfaxx. So these villagers are basically pushed off this gold mine for now. So really, really nice play from Shelty. He can sneak out through this house as well if he so chooses. The Hippocon micro from Shadowfaxx. Pretty good. Shockwave has to be used in order to get these units out alive. So nice choice there from Shelty in order to make sure those units are all alive. Apparently he can't get out this way. I thought he could. Anyways, another raid coming in onto these villagers here. This boar here is not his to be taken. If anything, he should come over and try and take the crown cranes or these boar near the sentinels. And the other villagers getting pushed off everywhere with a multi-raids from Shelty coming in so absolutely brutal against what Shadowfaxx is bringing in this game. Still trying to pump out hoplites, not making any more cavalry at this point. Maybe he's short on gold. He is short on gold. Moving over onto this location with the Oracle that's chilling here, has full line of sight of both of these spots. So we will be seeing Shelty probably running around that side as well. And maybe Shelty goes just straight to the Mythic Age here. He's going Hyperion. I don't see a Hyperion timing push here working. We see another military barracks going up, so he very well may be going for it. So if he throws down a palace, gets Satyr out, pushes through with Destroyer, transitions into Destroyer Arcus here with a bunch of those Mamilla to help out. I mean, maybe he can push in on this, but there's just so many. There'll be just so many units. There's a restoration he has to deal with as well. So I don't have high hopes for that one. So I would be more likely seeing that these are just some barracks, and then he's going to build a market, and he's just going to use the chaos as a little bit of a delay tactic, keep raiding and all that good stuff here in the heroic age. The villagers retreating back. Oop, they don't get in here. He has to delete the house, and that lets all these units get in. These villagers, well, he should lose at least one villager here, and flaunt 2 over on this location. We see the villagers retreating back. Very late retreat back there. Only a couple of units back here as well. And now we see Shelty retreating away. We see a bunch of units in the base of Shelty at this point. Shadowfaxx going for this gold mine, but this rarely ever works as Greek. Hitting the economy of competent Oranos players. They're just going to garrison into the manor. You're not going to get any citizen kills. All you're getting is a little bit of delay on the economy, on the income. Not going to slow it down, really, just delaying a couple of resources when you hit it. So unless you're like Zeus and you can run in and take down a manor really fast, and you're not going to be able to take it. And Shadowfaxx tapping out very, very early here against the Oranos. I think he's just realized he's taking too much damage, and that the Hyperion's through, and there's no real avenue for him to come back. But I mean, that's not really how this matchup works. The matchup sort of works by mitigating damage, trying to get to the late game, and then you get out like Heliopoli, you get out the strong Mythic Age units like Colossus, and you push back in that situation. Like a Nilla player sees this Oranos thing and they're like, this is such bullshit. This god is so strong early. How do I punish him? How do I get advantages? And the actual answer is you're not supposed to get advantages against Oranos. You can delay him. You can get smart trades, but actually punishing an Oranos doesn't really work. You gotta grind these Oranos players out and take them to the late game if you're going to win, or have a strategy specific to pushing the Oranos early, like the Matrius Ares rush, or like the Joe Priest Anubis rush. Those things are very strong, but Shadowfaxx not going for that in this game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.